this season?
Absolutely. Well, I'll tell you what, he's one of the hard workers. You kind of give him a split image of me. He just always has that work ethic. He's always out, late, running routes, catching balls, and that's something that we're going to get into a lot in the near future. Just me helping him get better, develop as a player, develop as a wide receiver, on and off the field, because it's just as important off the field as it is on the field. So, just him having that mental, that redshirting isn't as bad as it seems, because there's going to be a better. The light at the end is much brighter than what it is from the start. So it's going to be good for him, and I can't wait to see what he's going to do in the future.
So, Juwan, when it comes to a postseason decision, how much does your brother help in, I guess, bouncing stuff off of him? And, he's been through
Right.
kind of this process.
I mean, I sort of rely on him for everything. He's obviously my big brother, my role model. So just always coming to him and see what's best for me. That's always his main concern. So, like I said, so always focus on Kentucky. But yeah, you're just focusing on what we have at hand. Like I said before, he's my brother, and he's gonna always be in my best interest.
What's he doing? I know he was with the Saints. What's he doing right now?
He's a free agent right now.
Yeah. He's just still working out when you get called?
Yeah.
Is he, he doesn't live back in South Jersey, does he?
Nah, he lives in Florida.
Okay.
Sorry to make you repeat some of that. I'm sure this already come up, but as you look back on your season,
Right.
how do you analyze yourself, given everything that you went through? How would you evaluate yourself?
Like I said, I would like to think myself as a tough cookie, but yeah, it's been a tough season, but overall, you have to smile at the end. At the end of the day, it's not as bad as it seems. Someone's situation is always worse than mine. So I kind of look at it as a positive light, that the things that happen were meant for a reason, and that there's going to be positive coming out of it, and that it's not always a negative when things happen. So the main part about it is just take it how it is, move on from it, and keep growing.
Well, there have been players here in recent years. Kasicki, Deshaun had some drops.
Right.
Did you learn from those guys, or reach out to guys that have gone through some adversity?
Yeah, absolutely. Things like that happen. You're not always gonna be perfect at everything. It's just what comes with everything. It just comes with life. So, you talk to those guys. They definitely uplifted me. Definitely, motivated me to be a better player, just a better person. Because, things like this happen. It happens in the NFL. Happens even Little League, in college. It happens. So, the main thing about it is just me keeping my head straight. They know, it's gonna pay off at the end. So all of this.
How good can you be compared to what we saw this year?
You guys will see.
Juwan, years ago, there was a receiver who named Brian Johnson who had a tough year, had some drops, got hurt, changed his number just to try to get out of that.
Right.
And ended up in the NFL. Did you do anything like that? Did you try to break some sort of spell or whatever?
I don't think I'll do any of that. Yes? Yeah, I don't know about that.
Hey, wait, with your size, has anyone ever thought of you as a potential tight end?
Yeah, I've heard it back then, me being a tight end, but yeah, I kind of try to break that by showing my skills on the football field. So.
Are you 100% now?
Yeah.
How good does that finally feel?
It feels really good. I haven't been good in a while, so it actually feels pretty good to be 100% ready to go. I've been practicing really well, so everything's been going well.
Were you able to avoid reading or hearing about some of the outside noise? Was that something you had to consciously do?
You control what you see, so ultimately just kind of blocking out the negative. Of course, people are going to say what they want to say, because that's just how it is. But I control what I see, so ultimately seeing the positive things and sort of just filtering out the negative, and sort of doing what I can to be around things that are positive and that sort of nature.
Did you want to see some of the negative as motivation? Did you consciously want to see people criticize you?
I have note of it, yeah.
And that motivates you?
Yeah.
Make you mad?
No, it doesn't make me mad at all. It just actually makes me better as a person, to be honest.
What happened that was positive?
Say it again?
What happened that was positive?
Just sort of, you never really take into account that you're student athlete and that people don't understand that things are gonna happen, and so when you get antagonized, you get things like that. You sort of take into account like, all right, well, that's fine, because ultimately you'll grow as a person, you'll grow as a player as well. So just sort of taking those hits and those fine, but ultimately that's something that you'll grow off of. You'll teach other people how to deal with it.
Did Mike and Deshaun actually, because you guys are, I'm assuming, still close, reach out to you to kind of help you through it from that aspect?
For sure. Yeah, I mean, they all went through the same thing. So those guys, them helping me get through things like this, sort of helped me out a lot. So yeah.
What's like maybe the worst thing that you saw, or the most maybe motivating thing that was maybe said about you?
I can't really pinpoint one. I mean, I really can't pinpoint one. It's just that a lot of the times that people will commend you for when you do good, and then they'll try to bash you when you do bad. So ultimately, just never getting too high or too low, because you just never know who's with you. So ultimately, in these times like this, you pretty much know who you're with and who's surrounded by you when you're low. So
What was the best thing you saw?
I don't know, that I'm graduating tomorrow. But I don't know. I mean, ultimately, I don't really say what's the best or what's the worst. I kind of just see what I see and I just move on with it. So I'm not really worried about too much of it. I kind of don't take it much into consideration, but only if it can motivate me and make me better.